Loren Lockman. This afternoon I'm going to be speaking to you for a few minutes about chronic fatigue syndrome and how you can eliminate chronic fatigue. 25 years ago, I suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome. I'd spent 3 years in bed at that point, barely able to function. I was still working, but as soon as I finished my job, I went home and went to sleep. In fact, at lunch every day, I needed to go to my car with a little battery-powered alarm clock so I could get another hour of sleep, because by 12 o'clock every afternoon, I was already exhausted. In fact, I'm sitting on top of a rock at the Tanglewood Wellness Center, and chances are good 25 years ago, I couldn't have gotten up to the top of this rock. It was just too much work. Today, I can do anything I choose to do. And the fact is that if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, or fibromyalgia, or Epstein-Barr, or any of these similar conditions that have you exhausted and unable to function, and sometimes in severe pain, you need to know that you don't need to suffer anymore. Like every other species on the planet, perfect health is our natural birthright. And there's no reason that you can't experience perfect health no matter what you're experiencing right now. After being sick for 3 years, I finally got tired of not being able to do almost anything. And I decided at that point I probably wasn't going to get my answers from traditional Western medicine, because I'd gotten worse all the time by listening to my doctors. Instead, it occurred to me that if I could figure out what was going on, maybe I could change it. No matter what we do, what's going on for us, if we're just suppressing symptoms, which is all that medication can do, and almost every other alternative approach can do, if we're not getting to the actual cause of the problem, we're not going to be able to see anything shift long term. If you're suffering from one of these conditions, like chronic fatigue, and you'd like to have as much energy or more energy than you had as a child, than you had when you were 18 years old, there's no reason you can't have it. For the last 14 years, I've been supervising water-only fasts of anywhere from 1 to 9 weeks of length. Now today we only fast people for 6 weeks because I decided after 12 years I needed a day off now and then. And when we're open, I work every single day. And you know, again, just thinking that today, at about 50 years of age, I'm able to work every single day for 12 years if I choose to, when at 25, I couldn't work one single day if I chose to. You can create exactly the same thing. And the way we do that here is we give people an opportunity to cleanse and heal the body and then become rehydrated. And the only thing I found that consistently offers those results is water-only fasting. We live in a toxic environment today. I'm glad to say that I don't, and you don't have to either, but most of us do. We live in cities, we live in suburbs, we live in places where there are poisons all around us, and even inside our homes. And as the body becomes toxic, it ceases to function very well. So if you're suffering from chronic fatigue or one of these diseases, chances are very, very high that your body has become burdened with toxins as a result of the environment, as a result of your dietary choices, as a result of cleaning products in your home, as a result of personal care products, as a result of many different things. If you're willing to get your body clean, and you're willing to give your body the opportunity to cleanse itself, you can see amazing things happen. 3 or 4 years ago, we had a young woman here. She was in her 20s. She'd spent the last year in bed, unable to work. She showed up here in a wheelchair. She was suffering from fibromyalgia and a number of other conditions. Now, fibromyalgia, if you're not familiar with it, is like chronic fatigue in that you're exhausted all the time, but it also comes with terrible joint and muscle pain. And so this poor woman was suffering terribly from this condition. She spent 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks with us, I don't remember now, and at the end of her time here, she was hiking 5 miles through the mountains every day. Okay, she not only didn't need a wheelchair, but she had more energy than she'd had the previous year put together each day. You can experience exactly the same thing. This is a typical result. This is what happens when we give the body a chance to cleanse and heal itself, and then learn how to make the optimal choices to support the body in meeting all of its needs. If you're willing to do those two things, you can function at a higher level than you've ever functioned before. At the end of this video, you're going to see our URL. And if you go to our website and sign up for our mailing list, we'll be happy to send you lots of good information that will help you make the best choices possible. And if you want to contact us directly, we'll be glad to help you in any way we can. So if you've got questions or you've got concerns and you want to know whether this process is for you, let us know. And if there's anything we can do to help, we'll be glad to help you. We're not the only place you can do this, and whether you come to us or not doesn't make any difference. If there's anything we can do for you, just let us know. This is Loren Lockman. Thanks again for joining me.